Yes, good afternoon, friends. I hope you all are doing good. I hope my audio and video is working fine. Bawandi Fans, yes, good afternoon. How are you? I hope you are doing good. Yeah, Bawandi Fans, good afternoon and welcome to the session. As the name suggests, today we are going to start answer writing practice. Okay, so it is regarding geography and environment, but mostly confining to geography. On the other hand, yeah, good afternoon. Oh, good afternoon, Jiplu. Yes, on the other hand, I just wanted to ask you, how was your prelims exam? All of you? How was it? How was the prelims paper? We'll wait for a minute or two for some more learners to join in, and after that we will continue. Okay, kindly bear with me. Right? We'll wait for some more learners to join in, and after that we will continue. We'll wait for 1 minute. Is it okay? Kindly bear with me. Since today is the first session, we are going to discuss some basic approach in answer writing. So don't want to repeat it again and again. Okay. Anyways, while we wait for others, I have some important news to share. That is, you have this one subscription to crack it all. Okay, for GS, for optional, iconic GS plus optional. Okay, you have this 25% off for optional and 10% using the referral code. You can use my referral code, that is SUNEP10. The offer will end on 20th of October. Okay, now all this you can see by yourself. These are the discount. Ultimate test series, there is an offer. That also same, it will end on 20th. If you are not aware, kindly avail. Also, you have this 3 months festive combo. Okay, 10% with optional, another 10% using a referral code, which is same as SUNEP 10. Okay, this also will end the offer on 20th of this month. Okay, clear? We have this life mentoring platform under Unacademy. One of the main characteristics of this life mentoring platform is you will get a personal coach to handhold you in your entire process of UPSC preparation until you succeed. Okay, it involves clearing of doubt regularly, answer writing practices, also at the same time checking of the answer and giving you reviews, okay, in the areas that you need certain improvement. Along with that, you will get this live classes, weekly tests, study material, everything, all the source which is there in the platform. Clear? Let us begin. Okay, let us just begin, others will join us. Okay, so as the target or the aim of this course, this month, in the coming week, coming Sunday, I have one session. So in total, I will be conducting 2 sessions in this month, that is October. In the month, from the month of November, I will take more sessions. If possible, in the month of November, I am targeting to take around 10 sessions, okay, regarding this answer writing. Why? Because prelims is history now, it is gone. So now our target is mains, right? So we will start the answer practice. Clear? Shall we begin? See, there are many strategies, there are many ways of writing a answer in your UPSC exam. One very broad conclusion which we can draw about writing a very good answer in UPSC mains is, be it for your GS or for any optional, there is no golden rule. Okay, each and every individual will have different type of style of writing. The only thing is there are certain guidelines or certain principles or certain kind of ways that you need to follow. Okay, now whether this approach is right or whether the other approach is right, there is no universal right or wrong. Okay, there are different approaches. So you can approach from this direction, you can approach from some other direction. All are equally relevant and all are equally right. The only thing is, there are certain guidelines, there are certain things that you need to keep in mind always. One of the very first of all those guidelines, I can say, is reading of the question. That is, first read the question properly, okay, and answer what the question has actually asked to you. Clear? That is the golden rule number 1. Okay, what does that mean? I'll just give you one example. Say for example, if there is a question regarding transport network, okay, transport network, kindly pay attention. Transport network can be road connectivity, okay, this is example. It can be rail connectivity. Now, if the question is regarding regional development brought about by transport network such as road transport, rail transport, so on and so forth. Suppose if that is asked in the question, okay, but you write the answer regarding the road transportation or rail transportation characteristics or the evolution of this road transport or the latest step that is taken in the road transport or rail transport, this is not what is asked in the question. What is asked in the question is regarding regional development that it brought by the road transport or rail transport. Clear? This is one example, which means you need to read the question very, very clearly. You need to understand what is the demand of the question. Okay, what is the demand of the question? That is number 1. Second example I can give you in order to illustrate the importance of reading the question very clearly. The other example is, say for example, if there is a question regarding if the question is like this, how does coral reef helps in protection of the coastal region? Say for example, how does coral reef help in, okay, protecting the coastal region? Say for example, if that is the question. Suppose if you write the answer regarding the formation of coral reef or its important characteristics, that is not what is asked in the question. What is asked in the question is rather the importance of coral reefs in protecting the coastal area. Clear? So, you need to read the question very clearly, understand what is the demand of the question. Okay? It is just like a conversation. But conversation happens in many forms. One is in written form, one happens verbally. But here in the men's exam, it is in a written form. So, the examiner is asking you one question, you have to answer accordingly. In the form of any conversation, say for example, in your day-to-day conversation, you ask someone regarding X thing and the other person reply about Y thing, then that conversation is bound to collapse. And here the collapse means you are not going to get any mark. Clear? Yeah, Pawandip, Jiplu, are you following? Regarding the first point, this is a very, very important point. Okay? Divyanshu, maybe directly start from the first line, what has been asked. Regarding Divyanshu? Okay, good. So now, the first thing that you need to do is reading the question very properly. Reading the question properly, in a sense, it is not like you have to read literally word by word and the meaning, but the meaning, the demand of the question. Okay, it can be helped by directive words. In the question itself, there will be directive words. Like say for example, it will help you. Okay, one of the guiding principle in order to understand the question well is the directives. Say for example, it will be explain. Okay, it will be discuss. It will be elucidate. It will be elaborate. It will be analyze. It will be critically analyze. Okay, it will be differentiate. These are the directive words which are very important, which is there in the question itself. So in order to understand the demand of the question, these directive words play very, very important role. Okay? So the first thing is you need to read the question very clearly. Okay? you should not write what you know. Say for example, in the case of this coral reef, if you know about the formation of the coral reef, if in the exam, if the question is not about the formation of coral reef, if you just write the formation of coral reef, that is not going to work. Okay, rather you are wasting time. You could have saved time here and used that time in the question that you know, but here, just for the sake of filling the answer, okay, filling the paper, if you write, then that is not a right approach. Okay, so first you need to know what is asked in the question. That is the demand of the question. Clear? Now, after reading the question, after reading the question clearly, after knowing what is the demand of the question, while answering, there are certain principles that you need to know, or the guideline. Okay, you kindly have a read. I will explain to you one by one, but you just read all the points. See, the UPSC answer, who checks your answer, they are usually provided with some kind of a sample. Okay, there they have certain kind of keywords. Now, person who will be checking the answer will not be checking only 1-2 paper, will be checking a lot of papers. Okay, now one point is, the examiner will always look for certain kind of keyword specific to the question that is asked, and it will be in front of them. Okay, so that keywords, while writing your answer, you need to always highlight these keywords. Okay, if you are having some problem in understanding what is this keyword, you don't worry. I am going to explain it to you. Okay, what are the keywords, how it should be written. Okay, but the only point is, you need to know and you need to highlight what is the keyword. Why? Because don't be very realistic. Okay, don't expect the examiner to read your answer line by line. Okay, there will be certain searching for certain keywords in the answer. So if the keyword is missing, then your answer does not become very attractive. Okay, or the impression to the examiner may not be that good. Okay, so using this keyword, highlighting them is very important. That is one very important practice. Clear? The second thing is, before writing anything, you will get around, for 150 words, you will get around 7.5 minutes. Okay, so you can invest around 1 minute in formation of the answer. Okay, the basic mental framework about the answer. Suppose if the question is regarding X topic, you need to have a fair idea about how you will be approaching the answer. Say for example, what should be the introduction, what should be in the body, what should be in the conclusion, and also what are the important diagrams or figures or maps that you need to provide. So a basic mental framework of around a minute you can do. Okay. Rasnadabat. No, Rasnadabat, writing answer you go together. Okay, say for example, don't wait for finishing one section. Okay, like for example, you have finished, you will start writing the answer only after the physical geography. No, suppose if you read, say for example, in the physical geography under geomorphology, you have finished this, say for example, plate tectonics or continental drift theory. Okay, or any other like the Earth's movement or chemical the rock formation or classification. Okay, you keep on writing the answer. How you will get the question? You just refer to the previous year's question paper. Okay, and you just continue, start writing the answer. Okay, you can do one thing, like every day you can keep around 1 hour. Okay, initially do one thing, don't keep any kind of limitations in time like that. Okay, you just be very liberal in time, try to see how much you can write. Okay, and after that gradually you will put certain kind of time limitations while writing the answer, so on and so forth. Clear? So it should go together. Okay, so every day consistency is important. Every day you can keep 1 hour for writing the answer of whatever you have studied, be it from GS section, be it from geography, so on and so forth. Okay, writing good answer is a skill. Okay, it is a trick, or you can say it is a skill that you need to cultivate, and it takes time. Okay, so you need to be very patient. Clear? Now, basic mental framework is very important. Okay, don't just read the question and start writing. By the end, you may remember many other things. Okay, but you cannot impede. Okay, you cannot put it because you get a limited space also, and also time factor is very important. That's why have a basic mental framework. Now, fitting introduction, that is very important. While writing answer, introduction should be as per the demand of the question, paragraph or bullet form as required. Say for example, if the question is regarding, yes, yes, you can keep a stopwatch, okay, but one of the best way is, see, unnecessarily from the day one itself, don't put, yes, you can do so, Aditi Singh, you can do so, okay, you can do so. Like, see, suppose if you are a beginner, you can start with a very simple topic, okay, don't try to write answer for the topic that you don't know when you are trying to practice answer writing, okay. You attempt question that you know completely. If you don't know, you read, and after that you try to write the answer, okay. Unnecessarily you are inviting tension if you just want to write some answer for the topic that you don't know, okay, because here the main aim is not about the knowledge but writing the answer, the skill of developing how to write a very good answer, okay. Anyways, regarding this paragraph or bullet form, okay, there are many queries regarding whether I will go for a paragraph form or a bullet form. There is no fixed answer to this. The answer is demand of the question again. That's why reading of the question clearly and understanding is very important. See, if the question is regarding some critically analyze or some discussion, then paragraph form is much better. But if the question is regarding elucidate or elaborate, okay, elaborate or classify, then more points in a lesser number of words can be given in this bullet point, okay. So as per the demand, yes, that is very nice, that is very nice, Aditi Singh, okay. So this is as per the demand of the question. You can either go for paragraph form or bullet form, okay. A well structured answer is very important, okay. Say for example, you have information required to answer a particular question. You need 4 points. Now you know all the 4 points, okay. But suppose instead of putting the point number 1 here, you put the 4th point, okay, which actually should come last. If you put 3rd point here, 1st point here, 2nd point here, like this, if it is not organized, then you will not get good mark, okay. Let me be very clear, which means just knowing the facts and information is not sufficient. Your idea should flow organically and logically. One paragraph should follow the other. So a well-structured answer is very, very important. It is not that if you know some facts and figures, you just throw it and expect the examiner to analyze it. Okay, no, it doesn't work that way. Okay, it doesn't work that way. The examiner will not put his or her effort to arrange the points that you have given, okay. So it is very important. Knowing the facts is good, but in your mains you need to write in such a way that it is organized, okay. Yes, Jiblu, that is right, okay. Substantiate your answer, that is another very important. You cannot just throw points after points without any kind of substantiation. Suppose if you are saying like 1 and 1 equal to 2, you need to explain. If it is 2, then the operand is plus, okay. If 1 and 1 is only 1, you need to say it is either multiplication or division, which means you need to substantiate. This is one example to elaborate the concept of this. You need to substantiate your answer, okay. So substantiate your answer. Don't worry how to substantiate and what this means. I'm going to explain, okay. We are going to take a sample question and try to answer, okay. But these points keep in mind. The 3rd point is regarding the conclusion. Now there are many queries and inquiries about what should be the conclusion, okay. So in many sources you will find the conclusion should be a balanced one, okay. But let me tell you, there is no fixed rule also for conclusion. Conclusion will also depend on the demand of the question. Okay, if the question is regarding certain things, like every time it is not possible to come to a balanced conclusion, or the balanced conclusion is not required in certain questions. Okay, so there is no fixed rule or law that it should be always a balanced one. But one important point is the conclusion may sum up. This is a very important point. Kindly keep this in mind. The conclusion may sum up the main argument in the answer that you have written. Whatever you have written in the answer, right from the introduction to the main body, consisting of different paragraphs, it should sum up. That is known as the conclusion. Okay, it should be short, it should be simple, okay, but it should highlight the points or sum up the arguments that you have done in the main question, right? That is the one general approach. If the question is regarding different type of opinions, different type of, critically analyze, or regarding discussions and all, yes, you need to come up with a balanced conclusion. Okay, so all in all, just by saying that the conclusion should be balanced, it does not carry the complete meaning. The complete meaning regarding the conclusion is it should sum up the main argument that you have written in the answer. Clear? All in all, everything can be summed up in one simple term, that is, your answer should be very simple and easy to understand. Sentences should be there. You should not use bombastic terms and words. Okay, it should be as simple as possible. Clear? Simplicity is important. Clear? Simplicity should be important. I hope that is clear. Shall we try to attempt one model question? Do you have any one of you, if you have any doubt regarding the point that we have discussed so far? Yes, you can give me a signal so that I will go ahead. Any one of you? Any doubt regarding the point that we have discussed so far? Anything? I am ready to explain it again and again. Our purpose is to clear the exam. Okay? Chalo, let us go ahead then. Thank you, Jiblu. Chalo. This is one sample question. Okay, let us first attempt this. I will explain to you the points that we have just discussed, and from the next similar question will be there. I will ask you to form your own answer. Okay, if possible, in front of you, you keep a paper, okay, and pen. Okay, for the second question, it will be important. Clear? Chalo, let us begin. Now, the question is regarding this. Describe the characteristics of different types of pelagic deposit. Okay, describe the characteristics of different types of pelagic deposit. Clear? Now, I have explained to you just now to read the question very, very clearly, understand the demand of the question. Once you know that, you need to have a basic framework, okay, and also the keywords are important, okay, and all those, a fitting introduction, okay, conclusion, so on and so forth, and the directive word. Here the directive word is describe. Important keyword in the question itself is the pelagic deposit and also the characteristics. Okay, you kindly follow here. In this question, it is asking us to describe the characteristics of what? Of pelagic deposit. Now, before going any further, let me tell you what is describe mean. Okay, describe in a sense, you need to recall facts, processes, or even characteristics and attribute of pelagic deposit and its characteristics. Okay. Okay. It will carry 10 marks. 10 marks, 150 words. Okay. Let this be a short note. Okay. Otherwise, you have 20 marks, 15 marker also. Okay. Acha, let me tell you. It's like this. If you are writing for 150 words, it is usually a 10 marker. Okay. If you are going for a 15 marker, the number of words limit will be somewhere around 200 to 225. If you are going for a 20 marks marker, then it should be around 300 words. Okay, this is the basic. Chalo, anyways, describe means you need to recall facts, processes or events, okay, characteristics and attribute. Try to provide a thorough description emphasizing the most important point that is asked in the question. Now in this question, the directive word is describe. So you need to describe regarding the pelagic deposit. But pelagic deposit also, what points regarding this pelagic deposit? About its characteristics. Clear? Because there may be a different question, okay? Describe the, instead of characteristics, distribution of different types of pelagic deposit. Okay? So in the question it may be distribution. Now distribution and characteristics are quite different. Okay? So that is what you need to understand the question clearly and know what is the demand of the question. Okay? Here it is characteristics of different type of pelagic deposit. The main point here is regarding pelagic deposit. So the befitting introduction will be a basic idea about this. What is this pelagic deposit? Clear? So your introduction should begin like this. The pelagic deposit, you need to write about something about this pelagic deposit. That should be your introduction. Okay? And that will come after reading the question, understanding the question itself. I hope that is clear. So let us go and see the introduction. The pelagic deposit consists of both organic and inorganic material. Okay? Now, pelagic deposits are the most conspicuous of all deposits of the total seafloor. This is the introduction that you need to keep for this particular question. That is the describe characteristics of different type of pelagic deposit. So in the introduction we have specified what we are going to write in the answer. Okay? Because it is the introduction. So from the introduction itself we are signaling the examiner that I am going to write about organic, inorganic material of the pelagic deposit. And as you know, pelagic deposit is the most conspicuous, okay, conspicuous of all the deposit in the sea floor. So this will be my introduction. Okay. Why I am giving this introduction about different type of pelagic deposit, organic and inorganic? Because it is asking about characteristics of different types of pelagic deposit. Clear? Any doubt? So far? Yeah? We'll go ahead then. Chalo. In the main body, since we have already introduced that the pelagic deposit is of different types like organic material, inorganic material, okay, in the introduction itself, in the main body of the answer, we are going to elaborate about what are the organic deposits, what are the inorganic deposits. So as you know, in the under the organic material of pelagic deposit, see here, I have already in the introduction I have mentioned that the pelagic deposit consists of both organic and inorganic. In the body I am expanding the idea of what is organic, what is inorganic deposits or pelagic deposit. Why I am doing so? Because in the question they are asking me about different type of characteristics of different type of pelagic deposit. Clear? Chalo. Organic deposit. Now, this is in the form of a kind of a liquid mud, okay, known as ooze, okay, which contains shells, skeletons of various marine organisms. Now, under this organic material also, you see here, for people who don't, who haven't started, okay, preparation for this one, reading this material, this will come under the oceanography, okay. So don't worry, because see, some of you will be in a very advanced stage of preparation. Some of you will be in the very initial phase. Okay. So, but since the session is regarding the answer writing, I am not able to explain all the concept. But don't worry, people who are yet to start the preparation and not aware about the topic as such, don't worry, you just follow the structures. Okay. And kindly go and read the necessary material. Clear? But don't get discouraged. Okay. These are very simple things. Clear? Shall we go ahead? Chalo. Under this organic material also, the pelagic deposit are of two types. That is calcareous deposit and siliceous deposit. So accordingly, you classify them. Calcareous and siliceous. Now regarding this calcareous ooze, you write some point, like calcareous ooze is made of calcium carbonate. You are explaining, okay? Thereby it is highly soluble, and because of which it is seldom found at greater depth. Substantiating your answer, okay? Substantiating your answer. We have already, and also see, I will explain to you that later. Siliceous ooze is made of silica, which can be either the diatom type or radiolayering, means you are providing more information, you are elaborating, okay? And also the solubility of this ooze is comparatively less as compared to the calcareous ooze, okay, due to more domination of silica. Thus it is found at greater depth, which means I am substantiating the point that I have written. This point, you know, substantiate your answer. I am not just drawing the points like siliceous ooze, okay, is, you know, like it is solubility. Here the keyword is solubility, okay. The solubility of this ooze is comparatively less as compared to calcareous ooze. I am not just giving this statement, but rather I am substantiating this statement by the above one, okay. So you need to substantiate your answer also. Clear? Now, that is the organic. Now, inorganic material of pelagic deposits are the inorganic also consisting of a red clay. Okay, I have explained about this red clay here. It is composed of this, so on and so forth. Okay, that completes the body part. Okay, we are writing 150 words. Okay, 150 words. 10 marker question. Okay, 10 marker question. So we need to confine within this 150 words. That is important. Okay, now after this you need to conclude. Conclusion should be very simple, and as I told you, conclusion like balanced approach. In this question, you see the question is about describe the characteristics of different types of pelagic deposit. Now how to give a balanced approach here? Because it is not required itself, but in the conclusion you need to give a summary or the sum up of what you have discussed in the body part. So the conclusion here can be the red clay is perhaps the most widely spread pelagic deposit that you will find. So it will be your conclusion. In total, if you count the words, it will be somewhere around 150 to 160 words. Okay. For the sake of explanation, I have expanded by around 10 to 15 words, but this is how you need to write the short answer. That is 10 marker question within the confine of 150 words. Clear? Since you are writing a geography answer, it is very, very important to provide necessary diagrams, okay, map, graph, everything. In this particular question, you can give a diagram like this, mentioning the solubility of the calcareous and the siliceous ooze. Okay, this is known as calcite compensation depth. Okay, above this you will find this calcareous ooze, below this you will find the siliceous ooze. Clear? Any doubt regarding the question that we have discussed just now? Don't hesitate to ask the doubt. See, our aim is to clear the exam with high mark. That is our main motive. The target is very clear. In order to clear that, you need to understand. Okay, so in order to understand, you don't hesitate. You just go ahead and ask me. There is no question like silly question. Any question, any doubt is important. Okay, that is what I follow. So don't hesitate. Any kind of question is important for me. Okay, as they call, na, any business is no small business. Every business is a important business. Similarly, for me, any type of question is important. Okay, kindly give me a hint or a signal to go ahead if you have understood what we have just discussed. Any doubt regarding any point that we have discussed? Yeah. Yes, Jiplu, Devyang, Aditi, Ranjana Bhatt, yeah, Are you following? Bawan Deep? Yes, any one of you? Shall we go ahead? Yeah? No, see, here, okay, Divyanshu, okay. See, here, inorganic materials where it is found, no, the question is regarding the characteristics, okay, characteristics, the question is regarding the characteristics of pelagic deposit. It is not regarding the distribution, so you don't have to give any chart or any kind of diagram regarding the distribution. If the question is regarding the distribution, you will have to draw an outline map of the world, and in Atlantic Ocean, in Pacific Ocean, in Indian Ocean, okay, in all those regions, you have to show, like in this region, pelagic deposit, calcareous ooze is more, in this, the red clay is more, in this, the siliceous ooze is more, okay. But here the question is regarding characteristics, not distribution. That's why I'm telling you once again, you need to read the question very, very clearly, know the demand. Because see, pelagic deposit as such, it is complete one chapter you can make, okay, but you are going to write an answer in only 150 words, see. So you need to know what is the demand of the question. Clear? Number second, describe the methods of conserving biodiversity for sustainable development. Now, similar question we have taken, I have explained to you what is describe, okay, and we have exercised one question regarding the pelagic deposit. Now you will be having your pen and paper in front of you. You kindly try to, these questions are very simple, very general, okay, kindly try to make at least, even if you don't write the entire body part, okay, but just try to introduction, body and conclusion, just try to make some skeleton of the answer. Just think, I'll give you 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, 1 to 2 minutes I'll give to you. You kindly practice. Kindly practice. See, the key word or the directional word describe, I have explained to you. Okay, now here the important point is conserving biodiversity. That is a very, very important word. Okay, methods. Okay, methods. Conserving biodiversity also have many different interpretation or many different dimensions to it, but in the question they are asking you the methods, okay, in the question it is regarding the methods of what? Of biodiversity conservation, okay, for sustainable development. The directional word is describe, okay, which means what is describe? You need to give the proper description by highlighting all the important points. Chalo, kindly in the piece of paper that you have in front of you, kindly write at least the basic skeleton of the answer. Describe the methods of conserving biodiversity for sustainable development. Chalo, let us see. Now, here the important point is, okay, now, you see here, how you will begin the introduction. After reading the question, first you need to understand it thoroughly, the demand of the question, okay. Understanding thoroughly, it does not mean the literal meaning of each and every word, but after reading the entire question, what is the demand of it? What do you infer out of it? Okay, inference. Clear? You must have practiced a lot, because in your CSAT, reading comprehension is important, and you know the level of difficulty of reading comprehension in the just conducted exam UPSC. Okay, so you must have practiced. Now, what do you infer? What is the demand of this particular question? Okay. So, after reading this, you will know that it is about the methods of this conservation of biodiversity. So, regarding this biodiversity, you will write here as the introduction. And in the body, in the main body, you will have to write regarding what are the methods. Okay, what are the methods of this conservation of this biodiversity. And in the conclusion, you have to give a sum up, okay, summation of all these things that you have written. Clear? Summation of all the things that you have written. Come, let us see. This is how you need to write. Okay, introduction. Conservation of biodiversity is protection, upliftment, and scientific management of biodiversity so as to maintain it at its threshold level and derive sustainable benefits for the future and present generation. That should be your introduction. Clear? Introduction part clear? See, all this question is a previous year UPSC question. Okay, let me tell you. This question, it is neither I created this nor anyone. Okay, this question is directly from previous year UPSC question. Okay, UPSC geography question. These are UPSC standard question. Okay. Like government legislation introduce less invasive species can be added. Right, introduction should be very brief. Okay, GBLU introduction should be very brief. Okay, you just have to give, and here it is more about the description of the methods. Okay, so that can be avoided. And also you see this is also 150, so those things can be avoided. Okay, those things should be avoided because it is 10 marker question, 150 words. Okay, and in the question it is regarding the methods. Clear? Anyways, chalo, what should be the body? The body should be about the methods of biodiversity. Methods we will see. Okay, methods, there are specific methods which we will see. Okay, like see in the methods, GBLU you will know after I introduce the body, it will be clear. Okay, in the methods it should be in the body we are going to discuss the methods. Now, what are the methods that we know? Broadly, two, that is ex situ and in situ. Okay, ex situ and in situ. Okay, these are two broad methods of conservation of biodiversity. Clear? Now, in this ex situ, what are the methods? Seed bank. Ex situ means away from the original location. In situ means in the original habitat. So ex situ will be seed bank, botanical garden, zoological park, etc. Conservation in environment which is not natural habitat of any of these species. Okay, these are known as ex situ conservation. That is one methods of biodiversity conservation. Clear? It is helpful in conserving the genetic material of the species. Okay, helps in disseminating education on environment and about biodiversity. So I have just explained quickly in two lines regarding the importance of this ex situ conservation. Okay, this is how you need to write. Okay, now what is the second method of conservation? The in situ. Okay, examples are the national parks, the wildlife sanctuary, okay, biosphere reserves, etc. Okay, this you can write in a statement, in a sentence form. Okay, just for the sake of compressing, I have just mentioned in situ like this. Otherwise, you can write under the this one in situ. The various methods are national park, so on and so forth. Okay, now in situ means conservation in natural habitat. I am substantiating my answer here. Okay, the point of substantiate your answer. Okay, don't just throw things anywhere. Okay, you need to substantiate, and it should flow logically from step by step. Clear? Now, conservation is based on restricted activities, human interference to various degrees. Okay, So some important characteristics of this in situ conservation. Finally, the conclusion. What should be my conclusion here? The conclusion should be various initiative at national, international, means you are going to sum it up, the point that you have discussed regarding the introduction that you have given, in the body you have given regarding the ex situ conservation, in situ conservation. In the conclusion, it should be summing up of everything. That is, in this particular question, conclusion should flow like this. Various initiatives at national, international levels are being taken in order to conserve biodiversity for sustainable development. Man and Biosphere Reserve Program of India is one such international, Man and Biosphere Reserve Program is one such international effort. Okay, so that is how you conclude. Okay, you conclude the answer of the question of this type. And here also, along with this, the diagram, you can provide a simple diagram like this about the Biosphere Reserve. Okay, a simple diagram about Biosphere Reserve like this. Okay, like the core area, the buffer zone, the transition zone, so on and so forth. Clear? Any doubt? Jiplo, I hope that is clear now regarding the query that you raised. Yeah? Yes? Any of you, if you have any doubt regarding any point that we have discussed, you kindly go ahead and let me know. Try to take the maximum benefit from me. Okay? So if you have any doubt regarding any section, please go ahead. Okay, good. Others? Divyanshu? Okay. Aditi Singh? Ranjana? Yeah? Bhawandip? Yes? Are you following? Chalo, let us go ahead. One different type of question. Okay. Now, let us practice this question. Energy mix is a step towards sustainability. Discuss. Okay. Energy mix is a step towards sustainability. Discuss. Now, here the directional word is discuss. Okay. So, you are going to discuss about energy mix is a step towards sustainability. This is also question taken out from the previous year UPSC mains question. Okay. Kindly read the question and try to understand what is the demand of the question, and it will help you by the directional word which is used in the question itself. And here the directional word is discuss. Okay. Now, discuss usually means they usually ask for a very wide, okay, all embracing answer which gives an exchange of opinion. Okay, your judgment or the judgment regarding the question that is asked. Reason comment, not only commenting but the reason comment, and also a general discussion of the subject from all possible angle. Okay, it is discuss. The directional word discuss is quite, the scope is very huge, okay, very wide, and you need to conclude with a very holistic view of the topic that you are discussing. Yes, here it comes the balance approach, balance conclusion or holistic, covering all. Okay, that should be the conclusion. Okay, now energy mix is a step towards sustainability. Discuss. Okay, here also similar. Say for example 200 words. Okay, 200 words. Say for example for 15 marks. Okay, for 15 marks 200 words. I'll give you 1 minute. You just try to come up with, see, one point was take a minute and formulate what you are going to write. Okay, so just do some mental formulation of what you are going to write about this. See, if you don't know, I'll tell you. Energy mix means, energy mix in a sense each and every country has certain kind of different type of energy. Energy coming from coal, energy coming from petroleum, okay, they will come under non-renewable. Now renewable will be wind energy, okay, nuclear wind energy, the solar energy, okay. Hydropower, in some category the small hydropower comes under renewable, the large hydro plant goes under non-renewable, but anyways you can club it together also. And also you have this nuclear energy, tidal energy. Now the combination of all this is known as energy mix, okay. So now I have informed, I have explained to you what is energy mix also. So now you try to come up with a basic skeleton of the answer, at least in your paper. Energy mix is a step towards sustainability. Discuss. Okay. And what is this discuss? You have to bring all the important dimension, okay, from all possible angle, and the conclusion should be a very holistic or a very balanced view about the topic that is asked in the question. Clear? Chalo. Let us see. The introduction should be regarding the energy. Okay, since it is regarding the energy mix. Okay, introduction should be about the energy. Clear? In the body we will see, and also the conclusion. Okay, so yes, yes, we are going to discuss that. Okay, we will discuss one by one. But as I mentioned to you, see, this is important. Okay, I am going to tell you how this is applied while answering this question. Applied means the directional word. We will follow the directional word here. Okay, discuss, which means we are going to bring different exchange of opinions. Okay, discussion of subject from all possible angles. Okay, we are going to do that. Clear? Chalo. Introduction should be regarding energy consumption. Now, energy consumption is expected to increase dramatically. We will write about the energy, but energy also, since it is asking for energy mix, we are going to write about energy consumption is expected to increase dramatically over the coming years as the world's population grows and developing countries become more industrialized. So I am giving the introduction about what I am going to write, and also regarding the basic gist of what is asked in the question. Clear? Now I will begin with my discussion. Okay, the body part. In the body part, I am starting with like this. With environmental requirement for zero, or see, the question is regarding energy mix as a way or as a step towards sustainability. Okay, this is the question. Always keep that in your mind while answering. Okay, so with environmental requirements for zero or low carbon dioxide CO2 emission sources and the need to invest in a sustainable energy sources needs to be explored. Okay, now oil, coal, gas account for more than 80% of the world energy production. Okay, oil, coal, gas account for more than 80% of world energy production. If you see the world energy mix, it is like 80% of the energy in today's world or in today's time is coming from non-renewable polluting industries like gas, coal and oil. Okay, thus fossil fuels are the largest source of CO2 emission chief cause of global warming, which means, see, I am highlighting the composition of energy from this sector, okay, contributing to the energy mix, but at the same time I am also saying that it is one of the chief cause of global warming, which means we are following the directional word discuss. Under this discuss, we are going to bring out different opinions, different judgments, okay, from all possible angles, reason, comment. It is asking for a very wide, all-embracing answer. Clear? We are following the directional word here. Now that is regarding the non-renewable, coal, petroleum, gas, all those. Okay. Now, In energy mix, as I told you, in energy mix, it consists of many different areas like renewable, non-renewable, so on and so forth. So I'm going to write second, in next paragraph, I will write about the renewable now. Now, renewable sources, it offers a long-term clean energy reserves, but they have a very low energy density. See, I am not only writing about the positive aspect of this renewable energy. The question, the demand of the question is regarding to discuss, and in the process of discussing, I will have to bring out all the possible dimensions that is related to the topic. That's why I am not writing a very rosy picture about renewable source. Like, okay, renewable source should be the way forward, and everybody should go for renewable sources only because they don't generate CO2. No, I am saying that renewable energy offer long-term clean energy, but they have a very low energy density. Okay, means I am holistically approaching from all the possible dimension. Now, another limitations of the renewable sources is it leaves a large environmental footprints, and their fluctuation in time require storage system and backup power plant. Okay, so since the question is regarding the discussion, and the directional word discussion should involve all the possible angle. If there is a negative aspect, you need to mention that also. It should not be only the positive aspect, because the directional word is discuss. That's why under the renewable source also, the popular perception is renewable means good, but renewable also have certain kind of limitations which I have highlighted here. So in just 2-3 lines, things can be compressed. Okay, now nuclear fission offers, this is another source of energy, because we are discussing about the energy mix. Clear? So different type of energy should be there in the body. Now nuclear fission offers a proven alternative, but generates long-lived radioactive waste. I am bringing the limitations of using this nuclear fission also. Yes, it has got some potential, it is very promising, but at the same time it has also got its own limitation that requires transportation and reprocessing. Okay, now climate change is one of the most serious problem our world is facing and calls for a immediate action. Okay, now how do I conclude? I have already discussed regarding the energy mix, bringing in non-renewable source like coal, petroleum, what is their present state in the contributing of this energy mix, along with what is the limitations, the problems. Similarly, I have discussed regarding the renewable sources, the nuclear sources, and also keeping the climate change and the global warming, the imminent threat, okay, or the problems of this global warming and climate change. So what we need to do, we need to call for we need immediate action in this area. Okay, there I end the body. Now how do I conclude? The conclusion should be a balanced energy mix. Okay, this is my conclusion, a balanced energy mix, because after looking at the renewable, non-renewable, we know there is limitation in all. It is not that only renewable sources, because renewable source also has certain limitation. So energy mix for sustainable, the question is energy mix is a step towards sustainability. Okay, and I am discussing this. Therefore, the conclusion should be a balanced energy mix including renewable technologies will be necessary to satisfy future energy needs. Thus, new sustainable energy sources that can deliver continuous large-scale power for long term without harming the environment. So that concludes my answer, which means a balanced energy mix. In balanced energy mix, it should be both renewable, non-renewable, but it should be balanced in such a way that the environment is not harmed. Okay, environment is not harmed. So that should be my answer. Clear? So that is the meaning of this directional word discuss. In discuss, we are trying to bring out all the possible dimensions which is related to the question. Is it clear? Any doubt regarding the point that we discussed so far? Yeah? Yes, Jiblu, is it clear? And others also? Yeah, is it clear? Yes? See, Jiblu, see, we'll go step by step. Okay, intentionally today I have gone very slow because today is the first session regarding the answer writing. We will go step by step. Okay, there are many queries of the experience regarding whether to use a quote or whether I should start with this, I should start with this. We will go step by step. Okay, so using quotes, we will go step by step. We will try to cover. See, in our initial session, our main aim should be to understand the directive words and how the answer should flow, understanding of the question. Okay, and after that, bringing certain kind of R&D. Okay, certain kind of R&D in the answer writing, bringing the quotes, everything. We will address that gradually, step by step. Okay. Yes. Anyways, thank you all of you for your patience and cooperations. We will end the session here today. Okay. And Jiplo, as you know, we have class after half an hour, 2:30. Okay. So we'll end the session here today. I have one more session in Unacademy platform. Okay. We are discussing geomorphology out there. So we have that session at 2:30. So for today, we will end the session here. Next Sunday, same time, we will take another session of this answer writing. And from next month, I will increase the number of sessions. Okay. But anyway, for the YouTube viewers, I have a Telegram channel. Okay, Telegram channel. The link is t.me/sunep10. Okay. This is a link. The name of the Telegram channel is All About Geography. Okay, all the information regarding geography, regarding the class timing, regarding certain kind of material I share in this particular link. Okay, so anyways, thank you once again and see you in next Sunday. Okay, bye bye and take care.